Lights up. A 3-year-old little girl sits with her sister in the back of a white van as their grandpa tells them a story. This little girl has heard it many times in all of its glory. It is about 3 bunnies, foot, 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 and foot, foot, foot. They always seem to get on the wrong bus, and in this story, as they do, they end up going to a zoo. The grandpa asks his little girls, what did they hear? What did they find? What did they see? This was the little girl's favorite memory. Lights down. Flash forward 4 years, lights up. This now 7-year-old girl is sitting in a hotel room, her face streaked with tears. If we change the picture, we see her mom driving tirelessly, gripping the steering wheel in fear, off to see her father for a final goodbye. She looks up at the sky and begins to cry, wondering if she's going to make it in time. A week later, friends and family sit quietly in a pew as he's being brought down the aisle in a casket. Why, God, would you take him so early? That was the question, but who would dare ask it? Lights down. Flash forward 9 years, lights up. This young girl is now 16, going through some of the most challenging times she's ever experienced. After a hard breakup and the loss of a friend, this girl found herself in one of the lowest places she had ever been. Every night was like another dagger being stabbed into her back. She found herself under attack. She felt surrounded by loneliness, like she was in a crowded room but couldn't find a single friend. When will this end? Has it all been pretend? Lights down. Flash forward to today. Lights up. This young girl is now 18 years old, and she's standing here in front of you today competing in her final year of fine arts. Sometimes I wish I could just go back to being a little girl. I want to grab my past like an Etch-a-Sketch and shake away the pain. I want to grab a pencil and erase the hurt, but I can't. This pain and hurt is etched in me, but God sees a picture and a story that is all for his glory. You see, as I am trying to erase my past, the author of my life is already writing my future. And our life story is not a dress rehearsal, but this mindset is universal. The idea that your past will define your future when God says he makes all things new. So what will you do? Live in your past and try to explain it, or let God take the pen and your story, complete it. Lights down.
Woo, woo, wow. Woo, woo.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Cody's saying wow, but you can't hear him.
Yeah, you can't hear me, but I'm saying wow. There
it is.
Wow.
Good evening, Cody.
Killing it, Emily. Killing it. It was a little bit of a different intro, but what's going on is we got Emily and some more people with us that are going to Fine Arts Nationals next week. Where they're going to compete again. They're going to Orlando, Florida to compete against, not compete, because it's fine arts. It's not a competition.
Oh, wait, what?
They just choose a winner. So.
Wait, pause. Are they not going to
dominate?
Because I think they are.
That's how we do it.
Think they
That's
are.
how we do it. Sorry, that's on me. No, but for real, they're going out next week. And so tonight you're going to see some different performances from those students. We're going to have some worship, some drama. It's going to be great. So make sure to hype them up, cheer them on, because they are using, the whole purpose of fine arts is they are using their God-given gift for God. And so there's a lot of people that are using their God-given gifts for whatever they want. And so now it's amazing to see for fine arts, which we grew up in fine arts. I mean, you know, we also won at nationals at Orlando.
Taking dubs,
no big deal. We actually won.
And we were robbed several other times, but we won't get into that.
We won't go into that. We won't go into that. We're still.
I'm not salty about it still after all these years.
Okay. But make sure to pray for them as they are this week. Are you just so awkward up here? You have no idea what to do.
I feel like I want to comment, but I don't have anything to comment about. Like, I feel like I should be in the midst of the commentary. But I'm not good at it.
I'm not sure what we need your commentary on.
I'm honestly not sure what to comment back from that. So good job, Emily. All right. No, but for real, it was amazing job, Emily.
Yes.
Amazing job. I thought it was just the coolest open, just to kind of switch it up on y'all.
The spoken words are really cool. It's basically rapping without any beats behind you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I think it's awesome.
Honestly,
you're basically a rapper now, Emily.
Without beats.
What's your rapper name? E Swizzle.
E-Swizzle?
I like that.
Okay.
E-Swizzle.
So like
What
Taylor
about
Swift?
ELC? That's like your initials. ELC, right? Like
ELC?
TLC's an R. Well, that's an R. They're R&B, but ELC. I don't know. I mean, it kind of is your initials, right? Leclerc.
She goes, okay.
Right?
It's kind of your initials, right? Okay. That's okay. That's a
Well,
response.
LeBron James is LBJ, but he doesn't have a B in the middle. It's LB for LeBron.
Well, what's his middle name?
I don't know his middle name.
His middle name might be Brian. You don't know.
Is there any LeBron stands out there that can tell me his middle name? What's his middle name? Huh? Yeah, so
Raymond.
see, it is LBJ because of LeBron.
That doesn't make sense then.
Yeah.
And
So
that doesn't make
ELC,
sense.
Emily Leclerc,
Yeah,
ELC.
all right. New
I like that.
rapper name. We chose it for you. All right.
But E-Swizzle's better. But-
E-Swizzle. That just reminds me of T-Swizzle on Taylor Swift. All right. We got any T-Swizzle?
Fraud!
T-Swizzle fans out there? Anybody? No. I'll never forget that.
Man.
All right. We'll move on because even though we didn't get to start tonight with a hearty DCY, I feel
Yeah.
like
I still have it in me. I
Yeah,
can
I was
bring it
about
out.
to say, no.
I just don't know how to
No.
transition just to randomly just go DCY.
That was smooth.
Yes.
Smooth.
Yeah.
I was about to ask
We just got to
for
get it in there. We just got to
You
get
just
it in
got
there.
to get in there. It's not a DCY night without a DCY yell. And what is that where you hold it out? What's that called? No,
I don't know,
It's like,
just-
it's like a song.
I've just been
whenever you
doing
hold
that to
out the
open up my
note.
lungs so I don't pass
What?
out. I'm belting.
No, I have a belt. I know. See, you like that dad joke? Yo, I saw. Never mind. That's completely distracting.
No.
Completely distracting.
They're not even here. Just tell me about
They're not
it.
even here. But it's a meme that I saw, so it's like hard to explain. You know,
Uh-huh.
like trying to explain funny memes, like it just doesn't work. Okay, we'll move on with service. All right, all right. Listen. Here's what y'all need to know. All right, the last big event of the summer. Okay,
What?
Last big event. We
Bruh.
always do. I know summer is
You ain't
coming
got to
to a
word it
close.
like that and make us all depressed.
I know, but look, summer's coming to a close.
Oh,
You're about to get to see your friends that are like classroom friends, you know what I mean? Those friends that like you don't see outside of school, but inside of school, you're still friends with them. You know what I'm talking about?
Acquaintances.
Yeah, acquaintances, but the ones you enjoy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like those ones you're like, I love that kid.
Man, I didn't think about you all summer until I'm just now
Exactly,
seeing you.
yeah.
How have you been?
But it's okay because they didn't think about you all summer.
Yeah.
You know where your friendship is. Those
Yeah.
kind of friends. Those are the friends you're about to see again. All right, so be
that
excited
guy.
for
I
that.
love that guy.
Also
Love
be
that
excited
guy.
for the DCY annual lock-in.
Oh,
all right?
baby.
We going, it's an all-nighter. We've been talking about it, so I want to make sure you know about it. August 13th, all right? It's a Friday night. August 13th, it's going to go from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., okay? Which means we're going to stay up all night. There's going to be a ton of games. There's going to be a ton of prizes. There's going to be a ton of stupid stuff happening.
Yes.
But also,
including our fantasy draft order.
including the fantasy
But
draft.
that's something completely only relevant really to a few of us, but
Yeah.
like y'all will decide it.
Yeah, basically.
We'll explain the night of.
Every
but
year,
it's-
the church has like a fantasy football league, and
Yes.
we always have like a game that decides the fantasy
yes.
draft order.
Y'all,
that
usually
decide.
it's knockout. Usually you represent someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But no, we're going to cut a ton of stuff. I got a 20-foot wacky waving inflatable arm tube man. I'm so excited for it. You know, those 20-foot. I don't even know if it's going to fit in the lobby, but I hope it
Yeah.
doesn't because then it'll be even funnier.
I wanted to say something about unnecessary purchases, but I have no room to stand on
Exactly.
right now. Like,
Exactly. Here's the thing.
I got my shirt from the same
here's
place
the
you got
thing.
that,
Look,
I think.
Yeah, exactly. Here's
Which,
the
come on,
thing.
y'all know this shirt's awesome.
Here's the
Y'all
thing.
know this shirt is awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Look, I have ADHD, okay? And sometimes it works out really well. Like, we now have a 20-foot wacky waving inflatable arm tube man. That's a great purchase. Here's the problem. I didn't understand why it was so cheap, but I wanted to hop on the deal as fast as I could, right? Turns out the reason it was so cheap is because it didn't come with the fan that you need to blow it up. So now, now I have to decide if I want to spend the $250 for
Nah,
that.
we're going to get the lead students just to get behind it and just blow air the whole time.
And then we're gonna have Josiah and Micah just waving the arms like this. All right, that's what we're gonna do. But no,
It'll work. We'll make it work.
All that stuff is just, it's my favorite thing to do is be like, we got an event coming up. What could we buy to make it fun? Like, that's just my favorite thing to do. So there's gonna be a ton of stuff there. Make sure you are there. And here's my rule, okay? I always say no sleeping, but I am married to somebody who's like, I'm probably gonna fall asleep. Although she did make it. Oh, Kayla said she's not sleeping this time. We'll see. Here's my rule.
Big accusations.
Here's my rule. Look, after the first person falls asleep, then everybody else is like a domino effect. So my rule is, if you're the first person to fall asleep, that is you saying, I don't care if you prank me.
Oh.
That's what the rule is. So if you want to sleep, 100% go ahead. But if you're the first, man, congratulations, because we're going to find out what you wake up to. So what if we put you in the middle of a lake? We don't even have a lake nearby.
We'll make one.
We'll find one, all right? We'll find one and put you in it. We'll get a pool. We'll put you in the ditch.
I'm sure we'll think of something.
No, we're not going to put you in the ditch. I promise. We're not going to put you in a lake. I swear. It'll be something stupid like put your hand in water, then you wake up and tip it over, and everybody's like, hey, and runs away. That's probably what's going to happen, okay? That's probably what's going to happen.
That's not why people put hands in cups.
I know. It's supposed to like they'll.
No, it's to make you pee your pants.
Yeah, I know, but it never
We don't
falls
need pee
like
in
that.
the sanctuary.
It never happens like that. I've tried it like 4 or 5 times, and every time I try to stick their hand in, and then they move, and then because they move, they're like, what? And then like nothing happened, and so you're like, yee, and you run away. That's what happens, all right? That's what it is. That's what's probably going to happen, but you were the first to fall asleep, and so we must attempt it.
Okay, we wouldn't ever take it this far, but have you ever seen those TikToks of the dude that's sleeping and the first person like slaps him and he wakes up, and then all of a sudden out of the background comes like a bunch of just mess, like ketchup and water and like dirt.
No,
y'all seen that?
That sounds terrible.
I was like,
that sounds terrible.
These are horrible friends.
You're horrible
I'm not
friends.
your friend anymore if you take it that far.
Yeah, no, horrible friends.
But water, just water, it's just dry. It'll dry.
Yeah, you just flip it over.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Hello?
What? Hello? Okay. All right, moving on. We're taking way too much time for this. Moving on. August 13th, all right? Make sure you are here. It's going to be dope, okay? All right, so if it is your first time here tonight, I want to welcome you and let you know a little bit about who we are, what we're all about, put the Y behind DCY. And so if it's your first time here tonight, if you brought somebody, you can bring them with you. Or if you're riding solo, there's going to be other people back there as well, so you can join us. So meet me at that back door. We're going to go to the game room. I got some snacks for you, and we're going to give you the rundown of everything. And the rest of y'all are going to be playing a Kahoot that I hope you're ready to learn.
Oh, no.
You're ready to learn.
I don't like learning. I like learn about pointless things like Czechoslovakia and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm very... Math? Math.
I will say...
It's still summer.
I need to make a public service announcement. Last lock-in, I stayed awake until like 6 a.m. So I'm really proud of myself. It's a personal record, and I don't really know if I care to beat it, but I'm just proud of it. So it is
6
what it is.
in the morning. Yeah, that's tough. I remember I didn't sleep, but I did power nap where I just sat very still and I closed my eyes. Because I can't sleep without like a bed. And there was no bed here. But I can power nap.
It was horrible. Horrible. You think that you can like sleep on the chairs? You can't. Horrible.
He can do if he's not going to be here for the fantasy football draft.
Shout out Alex watching on the tube. Appreciate you. Love you, bro. Miss you, bro. So it's really not like the youth league. It's different than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like for like a different league that y'all are gonna help decide the draft order on, and then that's it. That's the only relevancy it has to y'all. But there is gonna be a DCY fantasy league. We'll get that in order.
Eventually.
So, yeah, within the next month.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, within the next month. We usually do like the first place prize gets $50. I think that's what we did last week. We'll probably do the same thing again.
Yeah.
And I won't win this year.
You want $50?
I won 2 years. No, I won 2 years ago, and this past year I won third.
You won this year. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't get that.
943-5624. Who is still trying to get in? Anyone still trying to get in? Everyone in?
Wow.
All right, right on. Let's rock it.
Here we go. The
All right.
anticipation.
All right, here we go. Whenever y'all ready, media team. All right.
What the heck is Igbo? I don't know languages. We've established that, okay?
These words and phrases will help you get started with the Igbo language. All right. How do you say hello in Igbo? Oh, gosh. All right, here we go, y'all. Biko, mba, Duo. Duo.
It's definitely Nduo. All right.
I'm feeling Biko. I'm feeling
going
Biko.
with Nduo.
Igbo. All right. I forgot what country we did this for the last time, but we ended up finding out that there was like famous people with that heritage. Anyone know any Igboans? Igbonians.
I told you. Maybe I do know languages.
Duo.
Okay.
Duo.
Nduo.
Duo. All right. True or false?
Oh, wow.
Goodness gracious. Gini bu ahagi. Gini bu ahagi. Aha. I got that one. Aha.
Jinibu Ahaji.
Aha.
Jinibu
True or
Ahaji.
false?
It's definitely true.
Gini bu
If you're wondering.
ahagi. Whoa.
I mean, Igbo
That
is
is-
my second language.
Of course, true. Where is Igbo?
Wow.
Can someone tell me where Igbo is?
Where do they speak Igbo? Languages aren't places.
It's in Africa?
It's in the district of Igbonia.
Aha, Mbu, Alex. Shout out Alex.
Wait, it's my name is Alex because Aha Mbu was what's your name, right?
Oh, look at Lex with the context clues.
I mean,
We talk about it every week at test taking strats. Look at this. That's a great test taking strat. Context clues. Good job, Lex.
You're all welcome. I mean, you're welcome. You're all welcome.
Southeastern Nigeria. Thank you, Emily. That's where they speak Igbo. What? Forrest Whitaker is Igboan. Wow, he's a great actor. Is that it? You got any more? No?
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. He's pretty iconic.
Ma Ihuji.
Ode ma ahugi.
I'm gonna go with
Ihu.
false, just because
Ihu.
last one was true.
Okay, when there's a dot underneath it, does that mean like you say the letter?
Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. It's fine. I am 3 for 4. Oh, wait. Maybe not.
All right, you gotta type this one in. Good luck. E.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Are we like, okay, keep it appropriate.
Y'all, good luck.
If we're about to
I have
show
no
your
idea what to
answers.
tell you here, bro. I mean, look, if you have time to look it up, I mean, I guess you kind of do. Go ahead. Be my guest. I'm not. Because this is the thing with Kahoot, I don't mind y'all like looking up answers because speed is part of the thing. So at your detriment, if you look it up, you're gonna lose points for speed, but you might get the answer right.
I
So-
think it's just going to show us the right answer. I don't think it's
Yeah,
going to show.
oh no, yeah, you're right. But for this one,
I was
this one would be the
highly
good one to
concerned.
cheat on.
Oh, what? It is showing everybody's. Okay.
Good job. Wow. Good job, y'all. It means yes. Wow.
Expert unicorn really killing it.
Mba! Mba!
Bah.
I hope that means no, because otherwise I'm just screaming it angrily.
I really want
if
it to
it's
be maybe.
cheese.
You know, maybe. That's a good one.
Mba.
Bah.
Mba. You think the M is silent?
Like, bah.
Ba. Is the M silent though?
No,
Mba.
it's not. Like,
Bah.
do you want cheese on that? Bah.
Mba.
Bah.
Mba.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Also, the answer to cheese is never maybe, so probably not. I don't know why I based this whole question on cheese.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
is
gosh,
no.
it's no.
Mba.
It went way better
Bah.
with maybe.
Mba. Wow.
Wow. I mean, does Expert Unicorn have a translator?
Biko. Biko.
Biko means
Biko. Biko. Biko.
Means please. Biko. Biko.
Biko.
I feel like I'm saying pico.
Biko de Gallo.
We love.
Biko. Biko.
I think this one's true. I can see it. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just
It was
pick
convincing.
true every single time.
Yeah, none of these have been false.
You know what's funny? No one on this side is complaining that I'm in the way tonight because I don't think it matters. I don't think any of you know any of the answer choices anyways. Thank you, and Igbo is...
Are we thinking
Come on, guys.
Are we
Come on, guys.
Dalu?
Test taking strat. Test taking strats, guys.
Dalu.
This should be an easy
Oh.
one.
In my mind, Mba is still maybe. So that's why I was confused. But it's definitely Dalu.
Yes. If you're good with your test taking strats.
Honestly, we're really killing it. I'm
Boom.
really proud of us.
Good job, everyone.
We are
Yes.
well-traveled here.
We're cultured people. If you want to apologize in Igbo, you say
No.
do, ndo, and do.
No.
Is it do or do?
It's no.
Do. Do.
So that's saying I'm sorry, like, oh, no.
No.
Like you stepped on your foot, oh, no.
I feel like that's like, in English, that's when you see something cute, you go, do. Do.
No, I could see that.
This is, do.
It's true. It's always
No.
true if it's true or false, okay? They don't
No.
know what false is. Purple giraffe with the upset.
You're welcome. And Igbo is new. New.
You're welcome. You.
This is Jim Carrey just saying no. New.
I don't know.
No.
Everything just goes like Asian for me. I'm just like, no.
I don't know.
Chinese.
I genuinely do want to know how to pronounce these. Like the accents, what do they mean? Anyone know? Accents underneath the letters? Anyone know what they mean?
No.
This is genuinely me asking. I have no idea. The accents, like underneath the letters.
We don't know.
Well, I was just saying if someone know. I
What
don't
does
know.
it mean in Spanish when they put a little
Hey,
A?
I'm open-minded. I'm open to the idea that y'all might know something that I don't. Huh?
We don't even know that.
Well, he just said live, laugh, love.
We don't know.
Everyone knows that.
We still don't know. Y'all, I mean, 188 seconds. Is everybody submitted an answer?
Goodness gracious.
All right. I think we should skip.
Yeah,
True.
of course. No.
New.
No.
You're saying no. You're saying just that you.
I'm sorry.
new.
My bad. I'm sorry I didn't learn it.
Okay.
Oh, shameless plug.
Don't.
The shameless plug.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, if you
Wow.
download that, it's going to be Rick
I
rolled,
mean, we
but
don't
an
even get
Indo.
any music with this slide or anything. It's just like, there it is.
They were both correct. I love how they didn't give no. No was not an option there. They say you either do it now or you do it later. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, all right. Let's see what y'all know now.
We learned nice to meet you. Really? What was it?
I don't remember what's your name, my name is.
No, it was that. Yeah.
Ah.
We learned that one.
And we did yes and no.
I don't remember nice to meet you.
I don't remember that one either.
Yeah, we didn't learn nice to meet you. We don't know that.
Get your Indo game up.
I think it's Igbo.
Igbo? I don't even know. Get that up too.
Don't listen to Spencer.
Get that up. Get all your languages
He's
up.
uncultured.
Learn it.
Are we all? I think we're done.
Yeah.
Oh!
We learned it all.
We did learn nice to meet you.
All right. Who
You
knows
were
their
right.
Igbo? Expert unicorn. Golden emu, that means in first place, of course.
I think it's Emily LeClaire. She always
Fuzzy
wins these.
emu, which is the national animal of Igbo.
Jacob, your fuzzy emu?
I don't know if that's true, but it sounds like it's true.
Wait.
You're
are
the winner?
you fuzzy emu? No, it's actually
Wow.
Jacob. Okay. Wow. That was incredible.
Wow.
Way to go, Fuzzy Emu. You are our honorary Igbo expert. All right, so we are moving into a time of worship This is our small worship team
Woo!
that is going to Fine Arts next week. Yeah, give it up for
Give
them.
them a hand.
So y'all stand with them. They are going to lead us in worship, and I will go ahead and pray. God, we thank you for today. We thank you for just this service, God, and these students who are willing to just give their hearts to you and serve you. God, I pray that you would just be here today, be here tonight. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
This is my worship, this is my offering. In every moment, I withhold nothing. I'm learning to trust you, even when I can't see it. And even in suffering, I have to believe it. That if you say it's wrong, then I'll say no. If you say release, I'm letting go. If you're in it with me, I'll begin. And when you say to jump, I'm diving in. If you say be still, then I will wait. If you say to trust, I will obey. I don't wanna follow my own ways. I'm done chasing feelings. Spirit, lead me. Oh, Spirit, lead me. Let's sing It Felt Like. It felt like a burden, but once I could grasp it, you took me further, further than I was asking. And simply to see you, it's worth it all. My life is an altar. Let your fire fall. 'Cause if you say it's wrong, then I'll say no. If you say release, I'm letting go. If you're in it with me, I'll begin. And when you say to jump, I'm diving in. If you say be still, then I will wait. If you say to trust, I will obey. Teach me to follow in your ways. I'm done chasing feelings. Spirit, lead me. When all hope is gone and your word is all I've got, I have to believe you still bring water from the rocks to satisfy my thirst and love me at my worst. And even when I don't remember, you remind me of my worth. I don't trust my ways, I'm trading in my thoughts. I've laid down everything, 'cause you're all that I want. I've landed on my knees, this is the cup you have for me. Even when it don't make sense, gonna let your spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet. will call. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, and you are mine.
Hey, y'all give him a hand. Man, it's small team like this. It's incredible the amount of the presence of God y'all brought during that moment. Okay, am I right? Like, am I right? Was that dope? Y'all give me a hand clap. Y'all give me a hand clap. Going to Orlando. All right, so for this next transition, we got somebody else coming up, Amaya, who actually has to come from the back because she was serving in the media booth. So Amaya's gonna come up, she's gonna drop some drama for you, and then we'll move on with the service. But you gotta see this drama. It's hilarious. Y'all get up for Amaya.
I'll get right to the point. Lots of people say I'm way too old to believe in you. And they might be right, but it's Christmas Eve. And even though I know I might have waited just a little too long, I'm hoping it could be time to renew my belief. So that brings me to why I'm coming to you. There are several reasons, actually. First, I'm not really feeling Christmas. So I was wondering if you could see fit to deliver a little extra Christmas spirit to me this year. My heart just isn't in it. I've listened to the Pandora Christmas station. I even helped put up the tree. I thought these would help, but so far it hasn't. See, it's been a complicated year. I don't know if you got the news up there, but I've always heard you see how everybody acts, so I guess that's better than CNN. I'm sure you knew all about the election. It was remarkable how angry and mean people got. They said some things that probably should have got their mouths washed out with soap and did some things that probably should have earned them a timeout. And besides the election, there's all this rioting and terrorism and hatred and fear. People are boycotting and arguing and screaming at each other about politics and about people who don't stand up for the anthem and about jobs and refugees and sometimes even about what happened on The Walking Dead. I know this isn't exactly Christmas cheer, but I just wonder why we can't be nicer to each other. Can you help with that? And that's just the stuff going on out there. And here, I need your help. I get scared and I get worried and sometimes I get mean and sometimes I'm not very compassionate and sometimes I forget to look at people the way you look at them. Now I'm old enough to know you don't just grant wishes, Jesus. It's not like when I was little and sat on Santa's lap and told him what I wanted. You're more than that, way more. More than I can even wrap my brain around. Infinitely more. You came here and you lived and worked and taught and did everything right. You even gave up your life to show us a better way, the best way. So I know you must love me an awful lot. Help me, Jesus. I think our world may be messier now than even the stable where you were born. So all I ask for Christmas this year is eyes that see what you see, ears that hear what you hear, a mouth that will speak words from you, hands that will get dirty helping people who need it, feet that are willing to go places you send me, and most of all, Jesus, give me a heart like yours. It's Christmas, and no matter what anybody says, I believe in you, and I believe in miracles too. Thank you.
So those are just a few of the events that are going to national. So during this week, make sure you are praying over them. Make sure that make sure you're praying that, man, God just worked through them, that they have an experience of a lifetime. I mean, road tripping, all that stuff is going to be a blast. So make sure you're praying safety, all that stuff. But right now, why don't you go ahead and check out this video.
被災地の人々にお伝えします。海外においては大切であろうと思います。
Make sure to samurai your sins this summer. Loki, I don't know how I found that video. I don't know where that church is, but it's Sundays at 6. I want to be there. Like I don't know about y'all. But that's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen. He's got a bunch of it's a guy who only has 7 people that follow him on YouTube, but I don't know how I found it. But he also has a those what are those called? Those velvet graphs, those flannel graphs of where they have the Bible characters go around. He has that with the story of Acts. It's hilarious. It's the stupidest thing you've ever seen, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Well, we'll move on with this service. I don't know how we're supposed to recover from that. That was a great video.
I think
Oh, sorry, my bad. Thank you.
that's how you recover from that.
That's how you recover from that. So what'd y'all think of the video? Did y'all even get to watch it all?
No.
Okay, good.
I just saw Samurai Your Sins, and then that's it.
Then he samurai'd the sins. That's what happened.
I guess
That's
I
exactly
saw
what
it.
happened. Well, if y'all don't know, right now we're in the middle of a series called Kicking It Old School. And so for the next...
We're not old, okay? We're not.
You're a little old school. A little old school. It's okay. It's okay. All right, you're
I am
older.
closer to 30 than I am to 20.
You're older, right? Kicking It Older School. Is that better?
It's fine.
Okay,
take it.
I didn't know she was hurt by this. Well, just found out I'm in trouble. But it's all over these past couple weeks and over the next couple weeks, we're going to have some different generations come out that are going to talk about, just different life lessons, different things that have helped them in their walk with God. And it just kind of switches it up so you're not only always hearing from me, because I know y'all get tired of my voice. Trust me, I understand. But it also gives, some people a chance to share their heart. We heard Will and Pam came out. We heard Dusty speak. They did amazing. Give them a hand clap, because, there's so much knowledge that they have, and there's so much information and help that they have to offer that I definitely, love having them up. And I love the people that are coming up these next couple of weeks. But for this week, we have my wife, Lexis. Y'all give it up for Lexis.
I didn't know today, so I'm going to clap for myself too.
And then we have someone new to the team, is Kayla. Y'all get up for Kayla. Oh, dang. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. I want to start with Lexis, and it's kind of a question that's both of y'all, but starting with Lexis is that I know a little bit about both of y'all. Well, Lexis, will y'all explain y'all's relationship, friendship, whatever? Are y'all friends?
No.
Are y'all friends?
Yeah, we're friends. Sometimes. No. So the only way I can explain it to where y'all would understand is she's my Spencer. So.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Aww.
We've grown up
We're
together.
the example. Did you hear that, Spence? We're the example. Me and you, man.
Yeah,
Kayla doesn't. How do you find that sentence?
Technically it should be the other way around. But
She thinks Spencer is your Kayla.
yeah.
So either way.
But me and Spencer were born before y'all were.
Oh, that's right. You're older.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll let you take that.
Yeah, we're the OGs, all right?
Yeah, we're just the newer, cooler.
I am older than Spencer.
All right,
It's fine.
so
We're moving on. We're moving on.
All right, so I know both of you grew up in church, and so my question right now, the first question for Alexis and then Kayla as well, is how has growing up in church helped you or, man, even hurt you sometimes, like with your walk with God? That's like in there, in your walk with God, in life in general, and just like how you operate in this world. Like, how has growing up in church affected that?
So when I was in high school, like, I was over at my youth pastor's house all the time. Like, his wife basically became like a second family member to us. And that was really beneficial to me because I always had somebody that I could go to. But I will also say in high school, I was very like two-sided. Like, I went to church and went to youth because like my family made me. But I didn't really like live out a life of Christianity. Like, I remember praying, I would be like, God, please forgive me, but I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I remember praying.
How many of y'all have said that prayer before? Don't lie. Don't lie. Yeah.
I mean, I knew, like, growing up in church, like, okay, ask for forgiveness, but, like, also talk at you later. 'Cause it's gonna happen again. And so, I don't know, I guess I took Christianity, like, very casually and was just like, okay, well, whatever, like, God forgives me of my sins. And then my senior year of high school, I got out of a relationship that I was off and on all throughout high school with. And I just like looked at my life and my friends and I was like, okay, this is really not what I want for my life. Like, I looked up to my youth pastor and his wife and I was like, I felt that urge, I felt that calling. And I was like, okay, what do I need to do to get me like to that kind of lifestyle? I did not necessarily think that I was gonna be in full-time ministry, but I was just like, looking at my life now, it's not what I want it to be. So what do I need to do? And I prayed. I was like, God, I need you to give me new friends because my friends were not it, okay? Like, they were good friends, but they weren't doing things that, like, equaled the life that I wanted to live. And so I remember praying. I was like, God, I need new friends. And I started getting more involved in my church and, like, volunteering, going up there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then, I mean, I was like enrolled in college. I don't know how many of y'all know this story, but I'm kind of talking a lot too.
No, go off, girl, go off.
Okay, I'll make it fast. I was enrolled
It's
in
good
school,
stuff.
and I was on the cheer team and everything. It was 3 weeks before classes started, and I just felt like it wasn't where I was supposed to be. Like, I felt so uneasy and just like super, like, I just felt like it was wrong. And I looked at my mom and I was like, Mom, I think I'm supposed to go to Master's Commission. Never had talked about it ever in my life before. And my mom was like, okay, well, like, let's go tour. And so we went that weekend, we toured it. I signed up, went to Master's Commission, moved to Houston. Very, like, spur of the moment thing, which is not like me.
If that is not Lexus.
At all. And so, I don't know, I guess it did help me in the long run because I knew at the root of my heart, like, what my life was supposed to look like. But I didn't always, growing up in church doesn't mean that, like, you always, got it right or, like, took Christianity seriously as you should, you know? And so, that's
Cool.
kind of my story.
Cool. Kayla, what about you?
Will you repeat the question?
Yes.
She forgot I talked too long.
So how did growing up in church, like, help you, hurt you in your relationship with God, relationship with other people? Like, how did it affect your life?
I think overall, I mean, obviously it was like a positive thing. Like you said in the end, like, at the root of everything that I did, I knew what was right, what was wrong, what I should and shouldn't be doing. And I also was, like, very close in our youth group, like, was there all the time. But I got a little bit more distant, like, my senior year of high school, I think, and wasn't going to church much, and that, like, led into college. But, I mean, overall, I think that it helped. And I wouldn't say that it was negative in any way, but maybe it made me, there were some times that I would, like, look at my relationship with God as, like, I have to do good in order to, like, impress God or to, like to be in, like, good standing with God, which was, like, something that I really had to work on because that's not how it works. But I would say that that's probably how it hurt me, if anything, is my view on it was wrong.
Yeah.
And it brought a lot of, like, shame or, like, guilt or that I would, like, inflict on myself because of yeah.
Because of your upbringing?
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you were, that it kind of trailed off your senior year into college. We definitely have some seniors out here tonight, shouts out, that are about to go into that college atmosphere. And so, like, is there any advice or, like, man, something you wish you would have known going in, or even, like, is it as hard as they say it is to keep your faith? Like, is it that difficult, or, like, what are some tips to kind of help them continue this right path?
Yeah, it's hard.
That's honesty, yeah.
Like I said, like my senior year, I drifted away from, not from God. I always believed in God. It's not like I ever like took a step away and was like, no, forget God. But I just wasn't like as active in church and wasn't trying to pursue God. So then going into college, I was very worried about looking cool, you know, wanting to make new friends, be with the cool crowd. I rushed and got into a sorority, and not saying anything good or bad about that, but it's what I did to try to make friends. And it didn't put me down the right path. I didn't surround myself with godly people. I don't know that I went to church during college at all. Maybe like a couple times that I came home. I might have went with my parents, but I never tried to like go to church, find a group of people that were worshiping God. So I just spent a lot of time doing what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to keep a relationship with God if you're not surrounded by people that value the same things that you do, because you will get, it's a lot easier. I think Pam said this whenever she was up here, but it's a lot easier for people to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up. Like, for sure. I got talked into doing a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have, and it was rough. I didn't spend time with God at all. Yeah. No. So I guess my advice would be surround yourself with good people. And on top of that, like, no matter what school you go to, seniors, like a private school, not private school, big school, small school, like the temptation will be there.
Christian school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
Christian school.
There. So just be smart.
Prepare yourself, yeah. Like, be prepared. Well, I really appreciate the honesty, the vulnerability, because it's not easy to be on a stage and say stuff like that. I can definitely, like, understand that, especially, like, seeing you up here now. Would you have ever thought that would have been a part of your walk? No? Not at all?
You should see me up here. I'm, like, shaking. My heart is, like, pounding right now. It's ridiculous.
This girl changed her major.
You're doing great.
This girl changed her major so she wouldn't have to speak in front of people.
Oh, that is true. I forgot about that.
Crap, I have to make too many speeches. Absolutely not. I have to go change my major immediately.
Wow. And look at her up here today. If y'all see, I get the benefit. Like, I've gotten to know Lexus and Kayla. I've gotten to know Kayla for a while as well. And, like, it's so cool that whenever I met her, she was never a mean person, but definitely wasn't the person that was going to go out and meet you, like, hey, how are you doing? Like, not that
very quiet. Like,
very quiet.
So quiet. I would rather sit, like, by myself, stand alone, and not talk to a soul, and I'd be perfectly fine, rather than, like, go to introduce myself to people. And, like, I just feel like I've been the opposite here. Like, the first time I was here, I was like, hey, what's your name? Who are you?
100%.
We don't know her.
The first Wednesday night she came, she was like, hey, I kind of want to check it out, like, see what it's like. I was like, yeah, absolutely, like, 100%. And so she came that night, and
Wait, I got to tell that story.
Yeah. I was just about to ask that, like, what
process that I got here, okay? Yeah.
You explain the story. Show how God worked. Go ahead.
So I moved to Houston in, like, March. And
which, by the way, how H-Town were you before?
So I told Lex.
Not H-Town at all.
Not at all. My senior year of high school, y'all got married whenever I was graduating. And she had lived here because master's commission. And they were like, oh, you should come to Houston. And I was like, nah, thanks.
H-Town till we drown.
And told them no, like, 1,002 times. A lot of my friends that I went to college with were from Houston. I graduated, they moved back here. Like, literally everything was pointing me towards Houston. And I was like, no thanks. And here I am.
I remember you legitimately said gross on
Yeah,
Facebook.
no, I literally hated it. Everyone was like, "Bitch down." I'm like, it's stupid. But
I was
y'all are
offended.
so dramatic.
Aggressive.
Nobody cares. Like,
Sorry. Yes, I care.
that was my attitude. It was true. I'm here now, so it's
She's
great.
very
I love it. But so moved here in March. They tried to talk me into coming here. We'd had a few conversations about it, and I was like, no. I was like, it's too far. I'm gonna try to find something else. Literally found a church like 10 miles down the road. It's fine. But I was going to that church. I really wanted to get back into going to church, getting involved in a church. I knew how much that affected me whenever I was in, middle school, high school. And so I knew that I needed to get back to it. And found a church, like got into a small group, like forced myself to meet people. And it was
By herself.
Yeah, I remember
Wild.
we were we would have conversations like, man, Kayla's going to the small group over there. Like, I would never have thought Kayla would do
I
that.
wouldn't even go to a small group by myself. What?
Yeah, scared, but I did it. Met some people, and it was great, going good for a little while, and I really felt a tug on my heart to serve. And whenever I would go there, I just I just never felt
The release.
to pull the trigger and just really do it. And so about, I don't know, it was around the time that y'all were going to youth camp. I had been going to the church, felt less and less connected each time that I went after I met these people, didn't see them very often, and just started to feel less connected. I was just more going in, going to church, leaving, not really getting anything out of it, the connections and whatnot. So I had a conversation with y'all, and y'all were about to go to youth camp, and I remember, Lex was like, oh, remember when we went, that was so fun, and we kind of
Sent her old pictures. I laid it on thick. Yeah.
she laid it on.
Smart.
There was a whole plan here, I didn't even know.
100%.
I
But,
didn't either. I didn't realize what was happening.
but so we were having that conversation, and I was like, oh, that was a good time, that was fun. And her and Cody were like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be fun if you were a leader next year? And I was like, great idea, cute thought, whatever. So I went home and I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, it's not the craziest idea, So I went home and I was praying about it, still was going to that church for a little bit. And then they were like, oh, well, we're having an outdoor game day. It was the week before y'all went to camp. And I was like, okay, fine.
Summer Olympics.
I'll pop in, we'll see what this is about. And I came, and y'all are pretty cool. And, and I was okay, this place isn't so bad. I'll come back and see what service is like. So y'all came back from church, or from camp, and I remember sitting in the back, and I think Caleb came up here, and he was just saying the fire that you guys came here with, and how y'all needed to fill these altars, and they're not meant to be empty, and you could just feel the fire that y'all had for God whenever y'all came back. And I literally have goosebumps right now. But I sat in the back and I teared up because I was like, holy crap, I've been missing this for so long in my life. You guys ignited something in me. I'm not even kidding you.
100%.
And whenever
Y'all can give her a hand clap.
We love.
I was like, this is where I need to be. No doubt at all. It's insane. Because I feel I was praying for a long time, wanting to get closer to God. And I was doing a lot of talking, and I wasn't doing a lot of listening. Because I think so many things were pointing me to being here, and I just kept, pushing it off. And then, the peace that you feel when you step into where God wants you to be is,
That's good.
it's crazy.
That's good.
Yeah, what was that thing you said? Follow the peace?
Yeah, let's
Yeah. Yeah. If you ever are in a crossroads and both decisions look good and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, somebody once told me, follow the peace. You don't need to have all of the answers, but follow the peace of God and you'll get where you need to be.
That is, man, life key, life hack. Follow the peace of God. Yep. Follow the peace of God. So as her bestie, what was it like watching her step into this place that is not her comfort zone? What was it like watching her step and almost in the span of just that being who is this?
Yeah. I don't know. Because it started when she went to that small group by herself and church by herself. I was like, what? That is some brave, some brave stuff.
All the introverts are excuse me, and all the extroverts are what do you mean? Why is that weird?
It's hard enough to go to a church that you don't know anybody with people. So to go by yourself is a whole nother level. But it's just exciting. And I think like what she said, like how she felt something when she came here, like just like the power and the presence of God
Yep.
is so like it draws people in. And so it's exciting to see her experiencing like the power of God on a different level, but it's also exciting to see like just people coming. Like people are longing for the presence of God. And
Yeah.
it's not just youth, it's adults, and it's everybody. And so,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
100%. Yeah. I mean, we were talking last week, me and Kayla, and we were just looking at like, man, service and how it went. And then there was a powerful moment after service where like everybody gathered around Josiah and like we're praying for Josiah. And it's like one of the coolest moments I've ever seen. I had to make sure to take a picture of it. And so we were up here and I just looked at Kayla and I was like, how can you like look at these students chase after God like this? And how can you look at them, man, have this new passion and new desire, new fire in them and not want to be a part of it? Like not want to do everything, to do everything you can to be a part of that and be, man, able to be influenced in that. And so like, I can't tell y'all enough, y'all push us just as much. Like y'all constantly, man, keep me on my game. Like I know I got to be like ready to go because if not, like, I can't let y'all pass me. Like, that's my job to not let that happen. You know what I mean? And so, like, the fire that y'all have and, like, the way y'all have made this more than just about what you find here, but, like, y'all, the hangouts by your, like, on your own, like, all the stuff that you're creating, the praying for each other in the altars. This Sunday, the fact that y'all prayed over the adults, like, all that stuff is just, man, incredible to watch. And it's one of the favorite things of the leaders to do is just sit back and watch y'all, man, just operate through the Holy Spirit. It's just one of the coolest things ever. So switch gears a little bit. Lexus, you are a pastor's wife, correct?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I was right in that.
Believe
Wanted to make
so.
sure we were on the same page. No, but so as a pastor's wife, man, it's what's it like operating through like you have a daily job, like you have like an actual like real life job, like not that ministry is not a real life job, but how do you say that? You know what I mean? You have a job outside of ministry that's full time.
Secular job.
A secular job that's full time, but still like have the pressures of, man, being a pastor's wife and what the like, man, the expectations that comes with, like what's it like operating through that?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this question, and I feel like, and I don't know how to say this, like, hear my heart out in this, because I don't know how to say it.
In a
you
nicer way?
nervous?
No,
You look
I'm a little nervous. What you're saying is like,
I'll help
he'd be like, I don't give.
I feel like, are there maybe added pressures, like, as a pastor's wife? Like, yes, but at the same time, like, character is really, really huge.
Oof.
And so I feel like who I am in my day-to-day job is not very different than who I am here. You know, like
That's
I
good.
do different things, but like I said, the root and the character is consistent throughout. And so I remember one time we were in school and this girl was saying something about me that was not true, and it was bothering me so bad. And one of my leaders, it was when we were in Bible school, and she looked at me and she was like, Lexus, like, people know your character and character always wins.
Oof.
And I was like, that's so good. Like, I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to, like, if I am true to my character and, like, I'm ensuring that I'm doing what I need to do and I'm in the Word and, like, am I going to get it wrong? Yes, but you can get it wrong and still have good character.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like there are added pressures, but at the root, like,
Your character will always
if
show.
people know your character, then they are also more gracious to accept a mistake or something. And so, like, everybody's going to make mistakes. Nobody's going to get it perfect, but
Everybody makes mistakes.
everybody has those days.
Everybody has those days. Oh,
I mean, yours.
look, I'm gonna call y'all out right now.
Everybody gets that way.
I have seen in car rides how much y'all jam to Hannah Montana. I 1,000% expect at the lock-in we're having our annual like lip sync battle. Like we
We'll kill
we
it.
give away prizes.
I mean, we'll kill it.
I
mean, that's
100%
okay.
expect a Hannah Montana
I'm up
song.
here on stage right now, guys, but you're expecting a lot if you expect me to karaoke. So, like,
We only
we're gonna
practice
It's not
every weekend.
karaoke. It's lip sync. It's lip sync. It's not karaoke.
She's acting like we didn't have a stage on my front porch, okay?
Okay,
We were
but nobody
having
was there.
invisible people.
Nobody
The
was there.
stage on my front
We were in
porch.
our bedrooms, like, I mean,
Jesus
we
was
pretty much
there.
killed it. We could have been.
All right. One last question for Lexus, and then we'll step into some time of prayer and worship. So one of my favorite things about you is that you have a extremely disciplined devotion to God. And I am not a morning person by any means. I regularly stay up till 2 o'clock. That's usually like my bedtime. But Lexus is the opposite, and she would love to be in bed by 10 o'clock now. It used to be like 8:30, 9 o'clock, but now it's like 10 o'clock since we've been able to work from home. So, can sleep in a little bit. Now, instead of waking up at 7:30, you can wake up at 7:35. Like 5:30. Instead of waking up at 5:30, you can wake up at 7:30. But every morning, she always wakes up before I do, and I wake up, and she's always in the living room in her prayer chair, always having a prayer time every morning. And so my question for you is, like, you wake up in the morning, and like that has been, how important is that time with God? And then also, do you like pray every single time like you're like in it? You know what I mean?
No.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. My phone is a major distraction. And it's been really getting me lately. And so I'm like, okay, what do I need to do so I don't make sure I sit here and scroll for 30 minutes on Instagram? What? I know, I'm working on it. So
She was put away. See, that's friendship. That's accountability right there. Put it away.
No, I don't. I mean, there are times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just spent this whole time on my phone. But it is really important for me because that's like the only time in the day that like I have for myself. Like, I mean, when you're married, like you are with somebody the whole time, and I love it. But like also like I love my me time too.
Same.
Somebody said ew.
Yeah, she goes, ew.
But it's super important for me because that's my time to like recharge, and I put on worship music and I just get in the word, and like, man, it is just so critical to have my own time because like I am an overthinker, and I will overthink and create a problem in a situation out of anything that I want to. And so like if I'm not in the word and if I'm not in prayer, like my whole life will just be like in shambles in my mind. And so that's my time. Like that's my time to recenter, like get in the word, like remind myself that like God is sovereign, like he's in control. And so yeah, I mean, I have a little journal too, and I will like write down like prayer requests. And so it's really cool because like I'll look back, like I have some from when we were in Bible school, and I'll look back at my prayer request and I'm like, oh my gosh, like God was so faithful. Like look at where I'm at now, or how God answered that prayer, or like.
What was one of those prayers?
Well, you put me on the spot. And
What was that thing you told me the other morning? Oh God.
My notebook came in handy, y'all.
It did.
So I think it was when we were talking about follow the peace, right? Yeah. I had notes of a sermon about follow the peace. I think it something like that, maybe. Anyways, she was asking me questions that morning. She spent the night, and she was like asking me questions, and we were just like, we had worship music on, and I pulled out a sermon from like 2017, and it was like, wow, like
Hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, I mean, it's really powerful. So yeah, it's so important to have that time to yourself.
Good. No, I'm the same way, like, except mine's not in the mornings at all. I can't think until I've been up for like an hour and a half. Like, anybody else with me? Like, I'll never forget, she is a person that is like, wakes up and is like, let's start the day. Like one of those people, not me at all. There was one time we were like trying to like plan events or something like that. And I woke up and she had just started typing up, like her office technically is like, it's a one-bedroom apartment. We don't have a ton of room. So her office is basically, it's in our bedroom. Like, that's exactly where it is. And she has one of those keyboards that she also has very powerful fingers.
She is an aggressive typer.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
she is like calling someone out.
Yes.
She is typing on the keyboard.
Yes, she has that angry, like,
okay.
like her fingers have to hurt by the end of the day.
Broken.
Either way, I wake up to that noise, and so she like turns to me, and I'm like, I barely have just opened my eyes. I probably still have like all the eye gunk. Like I haven't done anything to like, man, get out of bed even. And she's like, so what about this, this, and this? And also we have to think about this, like da-da-da. And she asked me like 7 questions, and I was like, I don't know, Lexus. I don't know. Like that's all it is. I don't know. She was like, oh, okay. And you got... I was like, I don't know. But I'm not a morning person, so some of my favorite times to pray are like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning that like, man, it's right before I get that peace and then I'm able to go to sleep, like, or I get that like, man, surge of like energy because like God showed me something crazy, or like I just had a breakthrough on something. I'm like, man, this is so cool. So like I stay up for a little bit more, but like it doesn't matter when you have your time. It only matters that you have your time. Because like setting time aside for God is so important, and getting alone with Him is so important in your walk with God. Because if you don't have that time where it's you and Him, it doesn't create a deep enough faith that whenever you leave here and you go home, or you leave here and you go to college, like if you don't have that time now, like it creates this surface level Christianity that is very easy to fold under pressure. It's very easy to fold whenever you're in a new environment and you don't have the same comforts that you have. You don't have the same people you can reach out to. Like setting that time aside for God, not fitting God in your schedule, but setting time for Him. There's a difference. Like, is so crucial, so important.
I think another thing that like helped me too, whenever I wasn't like full force trying to like get in my Bible every day. I mean, I tried to do it every now and then, but then like I just slowly started to like listen to worship music all the time. Like if I was in the car, worship music. Shower, worship music. Getting ready, worship music. Like it just changes your mindset hearing the positive things and like just from all the other garbage that you hear on the radio. Like it's different. And so using
For
that
real.
It's different, for real. Sorry.
I freaking say different all the time now.
You're
because of
welcome.
you people,
You're
and
welcome.
It's ridiculous. Anyways, but yeah, just, I mean, all the time, listening to worship music, using that time to pray, like, whatever it is, and then just, like, it can slowly increase, but it just makes a big difference in your day-to-day life by, like, just little things.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of students that have been a part of LEAD are talking to me about, like, different times they've been able to interact with different people about what they've read and what they may have learned and different stuff like that, and the conversations we keep on having is, man, what you put in is garbage in, garbage out has always been like the saying, but what you like, man, feed yourself is constantly coming out of you. And so like, if you watch a TV show, like you're telling everybody, if you listen to a new song like over and over and over and over, you're like, man, I saw this TikTok the other day. Like how many times have you started a conversation like that? It's because what you're putting in, it constantly reminds you. And so if you're constantly reading the Bible and spend times with God, you don't know how many times it's happened that whenever you really dive in, that somebody was saying something and it's not forced, because that's always Christians' like biggest fear. Like, I don't want to force Christianity on people and like be the person that every time somebody says something like, oh, well, I was praying the other day. But there's so many times that like whenever you put it in you, like there's so many conversations you have. They'll be like, oh man, I was reading Acts the other day and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like it's a part of who you are now. So it's constantly coming out of you. And so it doesn't make it forced, it doesn't make it weird, it doesn't make it awkward. It makes it something that is genuine. And that's why spending that time with God is so important. So, man, y'all give them a hand clap. Y'all, they did great. Kayla, Alexis, both of them are, they're definitely, whenever you were in high school, were you a person that would 100% be like, yeah, I'll talk about God on stage?
No, I wouldn't talk to anybody, actually.
I wouldn't talk to anybody.
Only my friends.
So look at what God can do. These are two introverts that don't really want to step out a ton, but now they're on stage talking to a room full of students that is just like, hey, here's my heart. Here's how I'm vulnerable. Here's what real life is. So y'all give them a hand clap. Y'all gonna stand up with me? If I can get the band to go ahead and come back up, because I've, tried to end service out of this and just like continued on without the worship and prayer, and every one of the students, every one of y'all was just like, excuse me, we're not gonna pray, we're not gonna worship. So it is 8:15 though, and so if you do have to go, whenever I pray, you can be dismissed if you want, but if you do want to stay, and I encourage you to, spend time in this presence, spend time in these altars. I promise you, if you're going through something and you kneel down, I guarantee there's going to be like 10 people that are surround you praying with you. It's amazing to see. But, take the stuff that you hear here, take the stuff that you hear them say, all those things, and don't be somebody that has to learn from experiences. Y'all focus. Don't be somebody that just learns from having to experience it. Like, be able to learn from somebody else's mistakes. Because just like Kayla, I wasn't sure if I was going to share this, but just like Kayla, I was a person that, man, I was known my whole life in high school that, man, that's the Christian kid. I mean, me and a group of kids would go in the common area before school every day, get in a circle and pray. Like, I was that kid in school. And then my senior year hit, and a lot of my friends and like the people I was with, we were all like, hey, look, I mean, is going to parties really that bad? Like, is it that bad? And so then we started showing up at more and more and more. And my whole high school life, I was known as the Christian kid until my senior year. I left my school as a person. The legacy I left there was, oh yeah, that's that Christian kid that started going to parties. Like, that's the kid who finally gave in. Like, that's what I left school as. And it's one of my biggest, man, it's a regret, but also like I know I can learn from, I've learned from it so much, and I'm able to share that like, man, I don't want you to go through the same thing. So, man, incoming seniors, those that are graduating this year, like, think about that fact. Think about how the legacy that you're leaving. Like, how do you want to be known? How do you want to be remembered? Because I promise you, it will last with you. And if you end on a good note, you're like, man, I really did it right. No matter what you did before, how you end matters. So you're like, man, I really did it right. But I just, man, really want to share that so I can be vulnerable, like, and open and honest with y'all, because that's, man, I'm never going to ask y'all to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And so if I want you to be honest with me, I got to be honest with y'all. And so, like, I hope you hear that, and I hope you see that as, and learn from that as, like, no, like, I don't want to live my life with that. And so, man, spending time in these altars, spending time in the presence of God is something I did not cherish, and it's something I want you to. So that's why I say and give that opportunity that if you want to be up here, 100% can. You don't have to. I'm not going to judge you for it. I promise you, I'm not at all. But I'm going to go ahead and pray. Then to kick off some worship, and I hope you'll have a great night. God, we thank you, Father, for what you're doing here, God, for using those two women, God, to impact us and to share their heart, to be open, honest, and vulnerable with us, God, because that's where true, man, connection happens, is that whenever you show your heart to somebody else. So, God, I thank you for them being willing to that, for using them to do that, God. And I pray over these students right now that they hear this, and they don't hear it and just like, that's cool, and then have to live it out on their own. But, God, they take what they hear here. They take what they hear, and, God, they apply it to their life right now. And I thank you for that, Father. It's your name, Amadel said, amen, amen.